spinning, and then what?
The video.
It's going live in 4, 3, 5. Hit the video. Where's it say video? It says end stream at some point. Did I miss it?
No, go down into your branding.
Branding. Okay.
Do you see video?
Video background. Okay, I can go up, or where would it be?
Or it might be
branding.
It may be on the first.
I'm at the very top. It says brand color.
All right, we're live.
We are live, so we don't have to worry about it. We're on. Okay.
Let's not worry about it. We won't do the countdown yet.
Okay, so there we go. We're live. So is it 8 o'clock? We must be coming up close.
We're getting close.
Yes, it is now.
It's 8 o'clock. So let's go ahead and get started. Somebody check Facebook to make sure we're on. Can you guys do that?
Yeah, we're on.
Okay, good. So, hey, I hope yesterday was awesome. Hope tomorrow's really awesome. Let's talk about today. We got a little bit of a new format. Hopefully, so let's just talk about it real quick. Our goal here every morning is to get folks started on their day to have an unbelievably great day, a productive day, an inspired day, a good day of real estate, and start stringing those together. So that's my goal for getting on here every morning and having some quick talk about real estate and how it's going to impact us and get us going for the day. So welcome here, y'all. If you have questions, please fire them at us. We cover a lot of stuff. We want to help you do better, have a massive career, but we're going to focus on today. And I'm going to start here. I saw a thing by Warren Buffett. I follow Warren Buffett fairly closely because, one, he's very smart. Two, he's done quite well over the course of his career. Three, his career has been very long. Four, the bulk of his money has been earned at the last part of his career. All super good lessons from my standpoint. So he was being interviewed because apparently he gets interviewed every day for 20 hours a day. But he was getting interviewed and they asked him about how he goes about his business. He says, here's the thing. We favor businesses where we really think we know the answer. God, I love that. We favor businesses where we really think we know the answer. Therefore, if a business gets to the point where we think the industry in which it operates, the competitive position, or anything is so chancy that we really can't come up with a figure, we really don't try to compensate for that sort of thing by coming up with a margin of safety. We really go on to something that we understand better. I'm going to say that again because what a thing. We don't go for the chancy thing. We move on to something we know better. Okay? He says, we don't think we need a huge margin of safety because we don't think we're going to be wrong about our assumptions in any material way, which means I can afford to make a mistake because if I do, it's not going to materially impact us. And the reason why I can say what I say is we understand our business. Okay? So let's just take that conversation and apply it to what we do in real estate. Okay? We're going to change the word industry for neighborhood, and it operates with it's located. All right? We're going to say try to compensate. We're going to change with guess. And then then it reads like this. We favor the listings where we really think we know the answer. And therefore, if a listing gets to the point where we think the neighborhood which it's located, the competitive position or anything is so chancy that we really can't come up with a figure, we really don't try to guess for that sort of thing by coming up with a margin of safety. We really go on to a neighborhood, I lost it, where we understand it. I'm going by memory now, right? Where we understand it. So therefore, we're not worried about making a mistake that will materially impact us. So people, what you need to do, and we talk about here all the time, you need to talk to the people who own in a neighborhood you want to dominate. You need to talk to them. Find out why they own where they own. If they do move, where are they going to go and when that's going to be? Number one, if you only do that every day, you win. Number two, you have to go preview the properties in those neighborhoods you want to dominate so that you can compare and contrast them in the truest of ways. I've actually been in them. I know what they feel like, smell like, are. So you can really compare and contrast those beyond just what's on Zillow or something. And then three, you need to study the market trends. What's going on? So you can predict in some better than guess fashion as to what's happening and what may happen. And I know past performance does not guarantee future performance, all that crap, but it does give you a good foundation from which to operate, no doubt. And it makes you look smart and it makes you smart. Okay. So those three things, if you do those three things and you operate under that assumption and stay away from, I don't know, if you do luxury property, stay away from first-time home buyers. All right. Refer that out. Get good at your niche. And then when you're super awesome, incredibly great at what you do, then you can expand and make some wider risks as you grow. But get darn good at the very foundational stuff of which you're operating from. Okay. And then that way you can sit and let your career grow, get better and better as you grow bigger and bigger. You can take a little different risk, a little more risk in certain things because you're covered on other things, and just study, work, do all that stuff. And then as you get older, you'll have a greater outsized return on your efforts. Just know early, your efforts are big, the returns are small. And as you move through your career, the returns get better, even as your efforts get smaller. It's just the way life is and the way growth operates. Okay. Jeff, you got anything on that?
Yes. Every time I hear that Warren Buffett thing, that actually started me in investing in real estate more. So what happened was I was in the stock market. Everybody's in the stock market. I was not making any money because I didn't know what was going on. So when I hear that, it was like, wait a minute, we know real estate. If we're going to get into something we know about, then we should be investing in what we are pros at, right? And that's real estate, instead of risking it all in the stock market and you have no idea why things are going up and down, why it's occurring. You're just gambling. And I did that for like 15 years before I started investing in real estate. That's number one.
We talked about this yesterday. Build your wealth. Use your income from commissions to invest in something that's going to throw off passive income later, such that you can retire at some point and have the passive income cover the cost of your life. Okay.
Yeah, you will feel more confident investing in real estate when you've been in all these properties. And that's what I did. I showed all these properties to my clients. They didn't buy them. I asked them if it was okay if I did, and I did. And I bought them.
And the way you know the market is to do that, to go through all those properties. Every time something comes up for sale in a market you want to dominate, you will learn that market over time. It's not a 2-week event. You can't do in 2 weeks what needs 2 years. It's just the way it is. Sorry if you want to do it sooner. So that's the way it goes. Invest, though. You can put money in the stock market. Put it in an IRA, 401k, ETF, rather than day trading. If you're going to be a realtor. If you're going to be a day trader, go for it. Be a day trader. Right. But then you're going to be dabbling in real estate. Personally, I think you should choose a course that you're going to be a pro in, an expert, an absolute master. If it's real estate, let it be real estate. If it's investing, let it be investing. If it's basketball, go be a basketball hero, whatever the case may be, right? But give it your all to be the highest level of achiever in that particular field that you can. And then narrow it down, hone it down. You can't real estate's a big world. You can't be a master at all of real estate. Figure out what your part of the real estate world you're going to be in and be a master of that. Okay. Mark, you got something you want to add?
Yeah, I think that we've got to have the mindset that success is paid in arrears. Every other job that we take, we do the work, then we get paid. And we've all made the mistake of paying the contractor in advance and the work doesn't get done, right? And so what you're saying is put in the work, and you don't get paid until the back end of success, that back end of mastery, the back end of having niched down, and be willing to put in the work before you get the payoff, more than just wanting it all up front.
We do it all through our lives. We go to elementary school, middle school, high school, college, whatever level, and the payoff is coming. The payoff is coming. The payoff is coming. Even on your first jobs, don't you end up working a couple of weeks before you get your first paycheck? It's always been that way.
Yeah.
So be prepared to put in the time needed to get the returns you want.
Yeah, success will find you. Just keep working.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Success isn't going to pay you in advance. Success understands that you're like that crappy contractor that if you get paid in advance, you're going to skip out on it. Success is a wise boss that says, I'll pay you after the work.
Yep. So let's go back to something. You want to get wealthy. Use your income from your commissions to get wealthy. First thing I would do is pay my bills, right? You got to be in work. You got to be in business. You got to be alive. You got to buy your food, pay for your family, all that stuff. Next thing I would do is I would invest part of my money into an IRA, 401k, and ETF. Probably put it into some sort of 401k so I get my max tax benefits. Talk to a tax person about that or whatever. But I would put it there up to $6,000, I think, is where your tax benefit ends. Talk to your tax guy, whatever. But I would start there. I'd fill that up, and then I'd let that spill over. My $6,000, my first dollar after $6,000 will go to some sort of a high yield in a savings account where I'm going to start earning income, or where I'm going to start putting money in until I can afford my down payment, or I find a property that I can, my first investment property. Okay. And then let's even talk about that. While, not once, but while you are doing that, always be looking for a good deal to invest in. Always. Well, I don't have enough money. Maybe if you've never looked, you don't even know if you have enough money. But I can promise you, if you find a good deal, money will find you. You can stand up and say, hey, I have a good deal. And you'll get partners. Hey, about that deal. Hey, I got some money. Hey, right? You might have to be a partner or something. So if you have to be a partner first, this is where it's starting small and then growing. And then ultimately you'll end up being the money person on somebody else's deal, and you're just buying in. Right now you have sweat equity. At the end of your career, you're going to have money equity. And you put those two deals, those two entities together, and you got some magic that can occur, right?
John, you got a comment from Destiny Powell. Throw that up on the screen. Just click on that comment.
Oh, Lord. All right. Let me see. I got you. From Destiny Powell. I'm going to throw this on the screen. Watch this. Boom. For a realtor, less than 2 years into your success finding your niche in the beginning versus learning the business and yourself as an agent first. Yes to both of those is my answer. I think what you got to do, Destiny, is go with your gut. What excites you, and what gets you in the morning? Like, all right, cool. I'm going to go talk to $1 trillion house owners today. Does that get you excited? Or, you know what? I really get pumped when I help single moms, first time, whatever, with hard luck stories. Maybe that's your heart screaming at you. Like I got into this. I was never going to help anybody other than an investor because I'm a cold-hearted person, right? I'm a numbers guy. It's either making money or it's not making money. I don't care if your daughter planted the dog in the backyard or not. Whatever. Love it. But that's great. I want to know, is it making more money or less? So I operate in the investment side of it. But I know some people love talking about how came home from prom and snuck out this window and my whole family. Awesome. So I think what you should do, Destiny, shorten this up. Go with your gut instinct. Okay. Go with your gut instinct. And then if you find out your gut changed or something, then you can change. But I've often found that the gut's almost always right. You guys have anything on that?
Yeah, I think you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel your sweet spot, and you've got to. I like that. Some people say you give up thinking when you go with your gut, but I do believe it's more when you do it. You're gonna get that hit, and that's what you got to trust.
It's kind of a trust but verify situation.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you can love it, and there's not a market for it, so you've got to make sure
that's when you move to the next thing.
Yes,
I love helping 8'6" tall people with limps. All right. Well, love that. Love that. But you might want to expand that a little bit. But go with your gut. I think everybody's gut is pretty much right, but verify it. Trust but verify. Okay. Linda Crawford, I need to learn how to stream on Facebook like this. Yeah, you and me both. Did you read the instructions somewhere? Can you share? Yeah, here's what I do, Linda. I find somebody who knows what they're doing and I ask them for help. Kind of the same way your buyers and sellers operate, right? You can learn it, Google it, read it, but I asked for help because I'm a dumbass. Do we have
John? You got to click your. Where did John go? He said he was a dumbass, and he hits the wrong button, and he bounces out. So John hit the wrong thing. John, you got to click yourself back into this. So Jeff, right now you're the host.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to Destiny here for a minute. I would say Destiny. Everyone said yes. I get that. I would say think about a vision. And would be like in 3 years, I would like to see my career be like this. I'll give you an example. One of our top real estate agents decided that I think it was 5 years, she was going to make $1 million a year vision. She's going to sell properties over $1 million. So $1 million would be her average. And she was only going to sell 25 to 35 homes because she wanted to write books and do other things. Okay. Give you an example of a vision. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Jeff.
Okay. So that would be a vision. Another really top agent does military relocations. Her husband was in the military and she does like 90 transactions a year and she pushes the military reload. And she's really good at it. She knows everything there is to know about VA loans and inspections and what's allowed. So and you could train yourself into that vision instead of thinking something's just going to land on your desk that you're going to figure out. That was always my problem. It didn't just land on my desk. I had to figure it out and try to envision it first and then went for it that way. I can't hear you, Mark. Okay. Any other questions on that? The other issue with what we talk about every day is previewing, becoming an expert, is when you go to a listing. And right now, the issue that we're facing is we go to listings and the sellers want X plus, and we as realtors look at the comps and say, well, we think it'll sell at X minus, maybe, right? So what happens is when you visit all these homes, I mean, the potential listing, the potential seller will ask you, what do you think? I want this much money for my house. And you'll say, well, because this one down the street sold for this. So, well, I was in that house. Were you ever in there? No. Or condo. Were you ever in it? No. Well, you could show them pictures of it if you have them. You could explain to them, well, that house was completely repainted. It was staged. I mean, even down to the linens, the towels were perfectly matching. And that's what it's going to take to get that kind of a price. So it'll give you some basis for establishing a price based on the knowledge that you have, instead of you just saw the same pictures on the MLS that everybody else did. And you're trying to figure out, just like the seller is, what's the price of my property? All right, we got.
Okay, so
John
Linda,
back.
is this a perfect lesson on how you do this?
Hey,
find
John,
somebody who knows
it
what
was
they're
perfect
doing.
timing because you said I'm a dumbass, and then you hit a button. So perfect timing.
So here, let me explain what's happening. We're on a new program. I have a new computer that's a Mac. That's not a IBM or a PC. And there's no mouse, and I need a mouse, among other things. So I hit something that threw me off into God knows where. But all right. So sorry about that, people. Is there other things on here? Apparently you need 2 fingers instead of a mouse. Oh, my word.
Destiny says she loves the concept of training herself into her vision.
Okay, here, let me tell you something on that. Love that. Let me tell you something on that, Destiny. You're a human. You're going to grow. You're going to get new interests. You're going to change. You're going to evolve. Things are going to be new and exciting. And you're going to go down a new hallway of all kinds of new opportunities. But you know what's going to stay the same? Your core beliefs, your core identity, yourself. That'll never change. You're just going to add to what who you already are. So start somewhere and build. Don't be worried about changing, because you're never going to change. You're just going to be bigger. Does that make
Julie's
sense?
Julie's on here. She just said, "Can you order a mouse on Amazon?"
Yeah, throw her up there. Why isn't she?
Love it. And then you're going to have to give me 8 months to figure out how to hook it up.
Yeah,
No doubt. And I'll get it. Because this is the way it works, right? I'll get it because I'm a grinder. I'm going to freak out a little bit. Probably say some things I'm going to regret. Here's the bus driver with all the buyers. Hold on. So yeah, any rate, that's what we are. If you're going to watch us later on replay, love y'all for coming in here. Please go to our YouTube. It's on my thing, or it was somewhere.
Unclick the comment and it'll show back up, John.
All right, I'm going to unclick the comment. Watch this.
Hopefully you don't pause the button.
I got to find the comment. Hold on. 2 fingers, 1 finger, 2 fingers.
1 finger.
All right, right here.
There you go. There it is.
All right. So follow us at YouTube at John Moran MREA Careers. All right. That would be helpful for us. And yeah, every day we're going to show up. We're going to give you some wisdom. At least we hope it's wise, that you can use to build your careers, because that's really what we want. Right. Anybody want to add to this masterful presentation?
Well, John, I'm going to use this. I mean, here's the thing. You're learning something new, and there's a learning curve. And this is instructive to everyone. And what I appreciate is your grind to keep doing this, expand it. Every time you step into a new step, it's uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable. And that's what too many agents, they start down a path, it's uncomfortable, and they run. And you lean into it. You get fighting pissy mad, but you fight through it, not run from it. And I think that's the key, that we've got to be willing to embrace the suck until we get better. And I'm not saying you suck, but the process. But the show kept going. The show kept going, and that's the key. Here's
what I'll tell you: if it looks uncomfortable, trust your instincts. It sucks. But the message is still there, you guys. The message is still there. You can see it on Facebook. You can go on YouTube, all that stuff. Please follow us. Have somebody else follow us if you think they can get help from this. Let's just recap real quick. The message is this: figure out who you are. Become an absolute master. You're going to become, that's a word. Become a master. You're not going to start a master. You're going to become a master. And then once you do, that's when the more doors will start to open for you. You're going to move from high work, low return, and into less work, high return, but it's overtime. Okay. Embrace that. Kind of like I did with this freaking call. So there you go. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, I believe. All right. Have a good day. Let's crush.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.